Okay, class. Now we're going to practice recording or transferring numbers from base 10 to base 5. So, I don't know, let's pick a number, let's say 502. Okay, and let's start off by just writing some powers of 5. Of course, 1 is 5 to the 0, 25. And then 25 times 5 is 125. And after that, we get to 625, which we're actually not going to need for this problem because 625 is bigger than 502. So we want to make up 502 out of these numbers. And let's think, well, since we're in base 5, we can use 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can't use 5 times one of these numbers because then we would be able to express things in more than one way. For example, 525s is the same as 125. So expressions would not be unique if we were allowed to do that. So we have to choose to use 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4 of each of these numbers in order to make 502. Well, let's try to think about this. If I want to use some 125s, how many 125s should I use? Well, 2 125s would be 250. 4 125s would be 500. So let's use 4 125s. Okay, so I've just used 4 125s. What do I have left? Well, I only have 2 left. So that means I can't use any 25s to make 2. I can't use any 5s to make 2. And I'm left with 2 1s. So this is my number in base 5. Well, let's try this by dividing as well. So I'm going to take 5 goes into 502. So this is going to be 100 with a remainder of 2. Okay, well, how many times does 5 go into 100? Well, that's going to be 20 with a remainder of 0. Okay, how many times does 5 go into 20? Well, that's going to be 4 with a remainder of 0. And how many times does 5 go into 4? Well, that's going to be 0 with a remainder of 4. And you guys know, once we get to 0, we can stop. So then I read these off, and I get 4,002, which is the same thing I got using the other method. Once again, either method is fine, and we've just practiced converting some numbers in base 10 over into base 5.